I? Ah! Blimey, my head! Hello? Is anyone there?
Hello, Jeremy.
Yeah!
Apologies for startling you so, but I see you're settling in.
How do you know my name? Also, who are you and where the hell am I?
So many questions and with so much haste. Typical for a fresher ghost like yourself.
Ghost? What? Am I dead?
Oh yes, dead as a doorknob, as the bard once said no less. I think, anyway.
No, I cannot be dead. I'm only 35. I'm in the prime of my life. There's still so much I want to do and see and write.
Yes, let's see. Jeremy Beremy, at 9:50, the writer.
What is this? Explain, damn it.
Give me a chance. Jeez, I'm trying to do my job here. Alright, pal. You seem very distressed. Let's take it slowly. Breathe in. And out. In. Out again. Better.
Sort of.
Good. Let's try again. So, to recap, you are indeed brown bread, so to speak.
Go easy, please. I'm still recovering.
Okay, alright. Sorry. Anyway, judging by the state of your head, which, no offense, looks like it has been smashed in like a baked potato, I think we can surmise that you have been murdered.
Oh my god!
Yes, very unpleasant, I know.
But I don't remember being murdered. I think I'd remember having my head smashed in. This makes no sense.
I'd say it makes perfect sense. That was quite a blow you took there. You've got amnesia, silly.
But if I'm a ghost, I thought when the time comes everything becomes clear.
Well, ish. This is where I come in anyway. My name is Harrison, and I am your closure officer.
My closure officer?
That's right. You see, the reason why you are here...
But...
So, questions at the end, please. The reason why you're here is because, as is fairly obvious from your reaction to just being dead, which was way over the top if you ask me, you do not know who killed you.
No. Can you clear that up then?
Nope.
But what's the point of your job? You're just here to tell me I've been brutally murdered and now I'm all alone here in this... You still haven't explained where I am exactly! Is this the nice place?
No, Jeremy. This is not the nice place.
Oh, Christ. Am I in the not nice place?
No, let me explain. You, my friend, are in a sort of limbo, and you're not alone. Look, here's some of the others. Morning, Edith, Bobby, Simon.
Hello there, Jeremy.
You, Jeremy, are one of the many ghosts unable to move on because of unanswered questions relating to your death. And I am here to guide you in your quest for answers.
Right. How exactly?
Here in the Closure Center, we have the exclusive access to the living world. Through us, you have the opportunity to oversee any human investigation, follow their findings, give them a little nudge if they start to give up.
So I'm going to haunt them, basically?
Precisely.
Wait, who am I haunting?
Must I do all? You're a writer, use your brain cells. Or the ones you've got left, in fairness. Alright, since you've got some acute memory loss, I can pull a few strings and find out what you otherwise would know. That's all I can do, unfortunately.
I thought you were my closure officer.
I am. It's just my services are more in the field of moral support, if truth be told.
Well, that filled me with optimism. How long have the others been here?
Well, varies to be honest. Edith yonder has been here since...
1738?
1738, would you believe? Hey! Yeah, look, you've got an advantage. You're freshly deceased. Chances are you've not even been discovered yet. People will be missing you, hopefully. The evidence is there to be pieced together. Unless it's all been disposed of craftily. In which case, I must stress we are not liable.
I need to get started then. There's no time to lose.
Quite so. Aha! The Almighty has sent me your refreshing information. Now, if I say the words Upton Abbey, does that start to ring any bells?
I think so. Say it again.
Upton Abbey, Upton Abbey, Upton Abbey, Upton Abbey.
Yes! I remember now. I was writing a book.
Yes.
Back in my hometown.
Yes.
In Upton Abbey.
Hallelujah!
Yeah, okay, enough.
Sorry.
And the Balls family very kindly invited me to stay with them for a while. Oh wait, no, I invited myself. It was an eventful visit, but ended pretty stale.
Oh, really? How?
Well, I was actually writing a book that took the piss out of a lot of them, and, well, they kind of found out.
Ugh.
Yeah, I know, right?
Well, this looks like it could be wrapped up pretty quickly after all. Can you remember getting bludgeoned then? Presumably that came next.
I remember being told to leave first thing in the morning. I went upstairs to pack my things. Oh, damn it! That's all I can remember!
You sure? Hold on. Upton Abbey, Upton Abbey, Upton Abbey.
Cut it out! You just give me a headache!
Upton Abbey!
Shut up!
Well, looks like we shall plow ahead with the investigation. Still, at least you've got a starting point.
Yeah. So, what now?
Step into the void and be prepared to go back to Upton Abbey, the place of your horrendous demise. Oh, sorry. Come along, stand on the X. I know this is very exciting.
It is rather. But what happens once I've got my answers? Where do I go then?
I'm afraid that is highly classified information.
Okay, doke. I'm sure it's all good for me anyway.
Alright, when you're ready, shout flululum, flululum.
Oh my god! It's working! I'm going back to Upton!
Hooray!
Splendid, I can finally go home.
Wow, it worked. I'm back. Oh, Lord and Lady Balls. It would appear they can't see me. I guess I am a ghost then. I'll just watch this play out, I suppose.
Oh, how could this happen?
Good to know I'm being duly mourned.
Oh, cut the waterworks out, woman. The sergeant will be here in a minute.
Harsh, though Stanley was never my biggest fan, I suppose.
You never understand me, Stanley. I have passions and needs, and you refuse to respect them.
Don't pin this on me, Fiona. For the fifth and final time, 10 a.m. is the only time that Sergeant Connolly can do. The fact that this clashes with Holmes under the hammer is beyond my sodding control.
Oh.
No, you decided it was so. It didn't matter to you what impact it might have on me.
But you could just record it.
It's not the same.
You're being ridiculous.
Well, if I'm so ridiculous, why don't you just run off with Marilyn? I can tell you want to.
Oh, you can you?
Yeah.
Well, when this mess is finally cleaned up, maybe we can start thinking about getting a divorce. Sergeant Connolly, good morning. I hope you're well.
Not too shabby this morning, thank you, Mr. Balls, Mrs. Balls.
Please, take a seat, Sergeant, and...
Lieutenant Smith, ma'am.
Hello.
So, Sergeant.
You said you had something to tell us about the investigation. Has it been wrapped up already?
Yes, have you identified poor Mr. Beremy's killer?
We can hardly sleep easy in our beds at night with the uncertainty.
Well...
Yes, our singular bed is very much bereaved of sleep. The whole household, in fact, complete insomnia, HQ. It's dreadful.
So dreadful.
Oh, it's okay, darling.
I love a strong marriage.
Well, I hate to be the one to say it, but your sleep deprivation may be prolonged indefinitely.
What? Indefinitely? What can you mean?
Well, the Upton Police Department has been very tightly squeezed by recent cuts, and, long story short, we've had to shelve the investigation into Mr. Beremy's death.
What?
That was odd. I thought I heard someone shout.
Oops.
Oh, it was probably Maisie and Sharon fighting again.
Oh, yes, of course. Maisie and Sharon, what are they like?
Ah, right, and they are your daughters?
The cook and my older sister.
Oh, yes, of course. Sister Sharon is your sister. Scary woman.
How can you shelve something as important as a murder?
Well, we don't know for sure if he was definitely murdered. The body's still in the morgue and all. Though I will admit that suicide by smashing oneself in the back of the head, it does seem rather unlikely.
This isn't good enough. Tea! Maisie, how very thoughtful.
I'm not just a pretty face.
Maisie, was that you and Sharon making that racket a minute ago?
Possibly. It's one bloody thing after another with her. Milk, Sergeant.
Oh, yes, a dollop, thank you. Anyway, I understand the distress this delay will undoubtedly cause you and your family, sir, and I sincerely apologise, but there is nothing else we can do. We're still waiting reports from the morgue at the moment anyway, and, as I mentioned before, with all the cuts on our staff and resources, we need to put all our remaining energies into more immediate dangers to the public.
Immediate dangers? Like what?
The dreaded Upton Cabbage Snatcher is on the loose again.
My God!
Sugar?
Oh, one please.
Of course. I understand you need to direct your resources towards that brutal fiend. Our gardener Gareth is most anxious about his cabbages at present. Isn't that so, Maisie?
Yep.
But I don't see why you can't at least allocate some of your officers towards this.
What sort of people could strip a police force so much that they must choose which criminals to bring to justice?
Tories.
Yes. Well, as I say, I do apologise. This is not ideal, I know, but we are not abandoning the case. As soon as we catch that cabbage-snatching monster, we'll head straight back here to question you all.
Us?
Yes, you do realise you're all potential suspects.
Suspects? Sergeant Connolly, we are the respectable family of Upton Abbey.
How could we possibly even think about murdering one of our guests in our own home?
I mean, no offence, but protocol is protocol, and Mr. Jeremy Beremy was found dead in your garden. Look, you have nothing to fear if you have nothing to hide.
The truth will out.
Thank you, Maisie. Yes, the truth will indeed out, as long as we all have faith in our criminal justice system. Now, I hope you'll excuse us. We have a villain to catch. Finish up your tea, Lieutenant.
I didn't get any tea.
Nonsense. Say goodbye now.
Goodbye.
Toodaloo. So inspiring.
I can't stand the waiting, the talk, the hearsay. It could ruin my name. It's absurd. These police cuts. I'm complaining to our local MP.
Darling, you are the local MP.
I need a walk.
Maisie, where are the children?
Still in bed, Mrs. B. Though I wouldn't quite call them children anymore.
I guess not. It's terrible, isn't it?
What? Your kids? The cabbage snatcher? Or the murder?
Well, all of the above, obviously. But I meant the murder. He was so young. Not even 40 years of age.
Yes, almost young enough to be one of your own.
But not quite.
Shocking all the same.
I saw the sergeant leave.
Ah! Marilyn. Yes, he was here to tell us that they will be putting on hold the investigation into the death of your friend, Jeremy.
My friend Jeremy?
Yes, well, the two of you certainly had a longer history.
Why is it being put on hold?
Cabbages.
You seem anxious to get it solved, Marilyn.
Well, yes. It is a murder, like...
You're not leaving soon, are you, Marilyn?
Well, not till the end of the month as I originally planned, if that's okay with you and Mr. Balls.
Yes, that's okay with us, Marilyn.
Thanks. I'll just grab my sketchbook. I'll be in my room then.
I don't like her, Maisie.
I can tell.
There's just something fishy about her.
She is a pescatarian.
Sorry if that's caused havoc in the kitchen.
She'll be gone soon enough.
Yes, well, if only it were sooner.
I could poison her if you like.
Maisie!
What?
Too far.
Yeah, well, this sucks.
Everything alright, Jeremy?
Not really. The police are prioritizing cabbages over catching my killer.
Well, they probably thought it'll be all the same to you since, you're dead.
But whoever killed me is still out there. They could strike again.
No offense, but I'm pretty sure they only planned on killing you.
Why me? I'm an award-winning novelist.
Yep, there it is.
I'm not really feeling the moral support at the moment.
Alright, look, you don't need to be passive in all this. Remember I said you can give people a nudge?
Okay, but I don't think I could persuade Sergeant Connolly to give up on those cabbages for me.
Forget Sergeant Connolly, she's got less brains than you do. Think harder, like in those novels you used to read. Who can you go to when the police aren't up to scratch?
Oh! A private investigator!
Bingo.
Wait, they exist?
Oh yes they do.
Cracking!
And there's one Inspector Sharp, not 6 miles away, who's simply the best there is. Though, I guess there aren't that many.
Well, he sounds perfect.
She.
Oh, sorry, my bad. I shouldn't have assumed she was a man.
Well, I don't know. She might be, but I'm glad you learned your lesson.
Let's go!
You know the drill. Stand on the X.
Okie dokie. To Inspector Sharp I go. Right, so it would seem Inspector Sharp is not a morning person. Here goes. Inspector Sharp!
What on earth are you doing?
Haunting?
You sound like a cow having a stroke.
That was my best ghost impression.
You are a ghost. Just speak normally, you melon.
Okay. Point taken. Inspector Sharp! I am the amazingly gifted and celebrated best-selling novelist Jeremy Beremy from Upton. I was murdered... When was I murdered? Either Sunday night or Monday morning. I'm sorry. I have amnesia. Part of the attack. Anyway, I am asking you to catch my killer. To do this, you must go to Upton Abbey. There you will find the clues? Jesus! Nearly gave me a heart attack.
Paddy!
What up, Auntie?
What time is it, Paddy?
10:15.
Crack of dawn.
You okay, Auntie?
Paddy, I had the strangest dream. The spirit of some unfortunately named idiot came to me, asking me to solve the mystery of his murder.
Right.
What, don't you see, Paddy? This is the sign we've been waiting for.
A sign for what?
A sign for us to get back to doing what we love the most, solving hideous crimes.
Oh, cool! Wait, why do we stop doing that again?
Money.
Do we not still need money?
Well, let's say I put aside a few bob for a rainy day, eh?
Why are you winking?
Come on, Paddy. Let's have that sense of adventure back from you. Ever since you started big school, you become a miniature adult.
Well, one must study hard if one is to become a corporate solicitor.
Paddy, it's half term.
School holidays are the golden opportunity for me to broaden my reading.
We can have jelly babies in the car.
It's a deal!
Wonderful! This is cause for celebration. How about pancakes?
Well, the last time we tried to flip one in the pan, it ended up in the toaster.
Yeah, that had me staggered. I can never do that on purpose.
Okay. Well, she's not quite what I imagined. The kid's pretty promising, though. Reminds me of myself at that age. Wise beyond my years.
Jeremy, my good man, you believed in Santa Claus till you were 14.
Well, I had an imagination, it must be said.
Still, it looks like Sharp and the kid Paddy are up for solving your case. That's definitely better than Sergeant Connolly.
Yeah, we just need to wait for them to finish their pancakes.
What's wrong?
It just dawned on me. I'm a ghost. I'll never eat pancakes or anything else ever again.
Yes, correct. Amongst other things, you will never eat or drink again this side of the grave. You get used to it, this deathlark.
But I don't want to.
Okay. Oh, Jezza. You know, life throws so many goodbyes at us. We have to say goodbye to so many things and people we hold dear. Having grandparents, believing in magic, first loves, meat and fresh produce once global warming forces the world to go synthetic. Oh, shoot, spoilers. The list is endless. Death is no different. Except with death, you have to give absolutely everything up all in one go.
Is that supposed to make me feel better?
Well, I tried.
Look, I appreciate your help with everything. Look, don't worry about me. Death comes to us all, I suppose.
Nah, not me.
Eh?
Well, I never lived. I just work with loads of ghosts of people who did.
I never thought to ask. What are you then?
I'm an angel. Duh.
Ah, so that's why you're so...
Angelic.
Yeah.
Right, Paddy, you ready for our big adventure?
Yeah!
Come on, pal.
Alright, my lover, you're listening to Murder in the Cabbage Patch, an original brought to you by University of Sheffield Light Entertainment Society. We do comedy plays and pantos twice a year, and all proceeds go to charity. This year we are donating to Say It. This is a Sheffield-based charity aimed at helping young LGBTQ+ people in the city. If you're enjoying the show, please take a moment to donate. Visit our Facebook page where you'll find a local giving link for Say It. All contributions will be much appreciated. Thanks so much for tuning in.
So, you're private detectives?
Uh-huh.
Interesting. I didn't know those were real. Though excuse me, dear, I must ask, how old are you exactly?
11.
11?
And a half.
This kid's amazing, believe me. I wouldn't have solved half the cases I did without him.
Your joint CV does look very impressive. You brought down the abominable bingo snuffler back in 2015.
Ah, yes. Our Paddy saw right through that Deirdre when no one else could.
I was immune to her elderly charm.
Oh, bless you, Pete.
Cheers, Millie.
Well, we are indebted to you, Paddy.
Not at all, madam. Or as the French say, de rien.
Not necessary, Paddy.
Ah, sugar muffin.
Oh, good afternoon, my love.
This is Inspector Sharp and her...
Nephew,
Paddy. They're here to investigate the case.
But I thought the police were dropping it. How did you find out about it? How? Has the word spread that I'm a cold-blooded killer? Is that it? Come to bring down an innocent rich man, have you?
Well, no, actually, Mr. Balls. It's a funny story, really. You see, the case came to me last night when I had the strangest dream.
Oh, well, phew. What a relief. I quite fancy a brandy.
So you'll start today?
Sure.
Spiffing! Now, on the subject of payment.
Ah, Paddy, why don't you go explore while I take care of this bit? If that's okay with you, Mrs. Balls.
Certainly.
Fine, but I'm digging the jelly babies.
You win this time, bud.
Hello, giggles.
It's Josephine.
No, I'm Patrick. Or Paddy, if you will.
Ugh.
I'm kidding. Pleased to meet you, Josephine. Shame the feeling's not mutual, but... oh well.
Why are you here?
My auntie and I are here to investigate the murder of Jeremy Beremy.
Speak not his name!
Why not, forsooth?
He was my hero.
Oh, sick. Did he save you from aliens or something?
No.
Pirates, then?
Don't be silly.
Of course, we're inland.
I guess you're too young to know he was only the greatest writer in all of Uptonshire.
Let's have a look. 50 Shades of Green by Jeremy Beremy. Oh, sorry. Looks kinda naff.
Just because you're too immature to appreciate his beauty and genius.
I'll have you know, I stopped putting marshmallows in my porridge many moons ago. How's that for mature, Mrs.?
Mrs.? I'm 18.
Anyone would think you're an old widow. Ow! And you're acting like one, dressed in black, mourning over his books.
You insensitive beast! I feel responsible for his death.
Wow. I am good. Case closed.
No. I mean, it's my fault he came here. Papa wouldn't hear of letting him stay when he wrote to us, offering his delectable company in return for a retreat in our humble abode.
I mean, who would blame him?
But it was as if the angels had answered my prayers. And my mother's, as it turns out. I insisted he be allowed to stay for at least a fortnight, to give me time to get what I desired.
Oh, I know what you mean. You wanted
his artistic support.
Yep, that is exactly what I was going to say.
I thought he could help me on my journey to becoming a writer.
Foolish wretch, the indignity, the sin.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
How dare you take the Lord's name in vain, child?
It wasn't in vain. I meant every word. You scared the living hell out of me.
And hell is where you shall go if you do not cleanse your devil tongue, ya wee heathen.
Calm down, Auntie Sharon.
Sister Sharon to you.
You're not even a real nun.
The circumstances under which I left the convent...
Got kicked out, you mean?
...are no concern of yours. Anyway, that Jeremy Beremy... Mo, stop it, girl. I have no idea where you get those emotions of yours from. They're not from my side of the family. In any case, that man was the devil incarnate, with those shameful, lecherous novels of his. Nothing less than sin.
So, I take it she's read them then?
Auntie Sharon, you don't understand. You've been living in a bubble for 30 years. They weren't sinful. They were works of art.
Art my backside, Josie. His books were...
Language!
Oh, cool it, Shaz.
And who is this?
My brother Harry. Harry, this is Paddy. He's a child, so please stop swearing in front of him.
Well, I have been known to utter the odd obscenity myself from time to time. But yeah, let's keep this PG.
Cool to meet you, Paddy. I just said hi to your aunt a minute ago. Heard loud voices, came in to see what the crack was.
Ever since you went off to London, you've been up to nothing but trouble, young man. If I were you, I would
repent and realign myself down the path of righteousness, yada yada yada.
What were you doing in London that was so dodgy anyways, Harry?
Nothing, kiddo. Just at bloody uni is all.
Harry?
Sorry, university?
And did you know the deceased Jeremy Beremy well?
Wow, so many questions, kiddo.
The name's Paddy!
Sorry, Paddy. Yeah, I knew him a bit.
You may as well tell him, Harry. We all know now anyway.
Right, yeah. I mean, I have nothing to hide. If truth be told, while I was in London, I got myself into a scrape, shall we say.
Disgraceful.
Yeah, cheers, Auntie Shaz.
And Mr. Beremy?
Mr. Beremy happened to be acquainted with the people I was scraping against and helped me out of it.
He saved your skin, more like.
Well, I don't know why you're propping him up so much. You're the one who fudging outed him at dinner.
And you only went off of him because of Marilyn.
Oh, rubbish.
Sorry, I was just wondering if you could keep it down a bit. I've got a headache and I'm still a bit shaken up by, you know...
Yeah, of course. Sorry, Marilyn. You take it handy. Oh, could I get you anything? A cup of tea, or I could ask Maisie to make you a sundae or something?
No, thank you. I'm fine. Oh, you must be Paddy.
Enchanté.
I'm so glad you and your aunt are here to solve the case. I was starting to worry it might go unresolved.
Not on my watch, milady.
Milady?
Sorry, I got carried away.
Oh, you're sweet, but I'm certainly no lady.
Certainly not.
Once I agree with you there, Auntie.
If you need me, I'll be upstairs.
Goodbye, Marilyn. Okay, right. Where were we? Oh, yes. Let me pick up on something you said, Harry, about being audited at dinner. When was this? And, can you explain what happened?
Oh, well, it's a long story, I guess. Jeremy Beremy received almost a king's welcome at Upton Abbey when the day arrived in which he graced the place with his awfully presence.
Ooh, I can't believe he's here!
Who did you say was coming again? J.K. Rowling?
No, Jeremy Beremy!
Oh, my lines are showing. Today of all days.
Oh, for God's sake, woman, the man's surely half your age.
Not half my age. A few years my junior, just.
Yeah, if you were another word for 20.
I do think society should be more accepting of older women with younger men, though.
Oh, yeah, I think so too.
Mr. Beremy!
Hello, the wonderful Balls family. It's a great honour and a privilege to be staying with you. Mr. Balls?
Jeremy?
Jeremy.
Indeed.
And the magnificent Mrs. Balls.
Please call me Filma.
I shall indeed, Filma Balls. And this is?
My sister-in-law, Sharon.
Moving on. And this is...
Josephine, Mr. Beremy! I am a huge fan! In fact, I'm a budding writer myself. I've got loads of texts.
Josephine, darling, let's not bore Mr. Beremy.
Ah, not at all. I love to encourage new talent. And this is...
Cool to meet you, Mr. Beremy, is it?
Yes. Also cool to meet you...
Harry.
Harry! Cool beans! You are?
Gareth.
And what do you do around here, Gareth?
I'm the bloody gardener, aren't I?
Well, we can't all climb mountains, I guess. And that leaves you.
Hello, Jeremy.
I'm sorry, do you know each other?
Old acquaintances.
Well, what a coincidence. Marilyn's been renting an annex with us this past month.
Spooky.
Ah, well, isn't this grand? I'm sure we'll all get on great.
Well, there's certainly lots to do for us men around here. Tell me, Jeremy, do you hunt?
No, Mr. Balls. I'm afraid it goes against my philosophy to harm a living creature.
Well, I'm sure you'll have nothing against our plans for tonight. Maisie, we've got a grand dinner planned out this evening, have we not?
Yes, Mrs. B, with my speciality for dessert.
Oh, terrific. And what's that then?
Banana crumble, sir.
Yeah, splendid.
But, funnily enough, Jeremy's stay started to take its toll on just about everyone, and things came to a head by the end of the first and ultimately final week at Sunday dinner, which ended with another one of Maisie's truly awful banana crumbles.
I see you've not touched any of your banana crumble, Jeremy.
Jeremy. And no, I'm afraid I still don't like it on the 7th day on the trot.
Well, none of us do, really, but it's the only pudding Maisie knows how to make.
Could you not just make the same crumble but over apples instead or something? Anything but bananas.
The impertinence.
She would be aghast to hear you suggest such a thing.
She did make such an attempt, I believe, back in 97, but the result was pretty frightening.
I'm still scarred by it.
Yeah, well, apologies for the wastage, but I'll have to pass on this.
Traitor!
Josephine, are you quite all right?
He's a traitor!
What? For not eating banana crumble? I said I didn't like it.
No! For making fools out of the lot of us! I found his vile manuscript.
Ah.
What in the name of the English martyrs is going on here?
I can explain.
You bloody better.
Can we have some order, please?
Look, I think everyone should just take a deep breath.
Oh, of course, you defend him, Marilyn. You're the only one he doesn't write about.
He's been writing about us.
Yes, that's why he came here, to stay here of all places. To observe a remaining 21st century stately home, do his research and write about how ridiculous we all are.
Well, speak for yourself, sis.
Oh, you'd really like to know what he's got on you, Harry? Golden boy studying law at King's. Oh, you spend all your money on your sugar addiction.
We had a deal.
Well, you do owe me quite substantially for helping you get past that gang.
You mean this is true?
I thought you two only met a week ago.
We met briefly in London 6 months ago. Our paths just happened to cross one night. We were both involved with the And same gang.
The scandal.
Yeah, I'm not proud of it. You see, when I was starting out as a writer, I struggled for ages. No one would publish my work.
Those were better days.
I eventually became quite desperate and fell in with the wrong crowd. This gang, they had links to a publishing company and managed to get my first bestseller in the bookshops.
The corruption.
Yeah, well, anyway, as you can imagine, I was indebted to them. But it didn't matter, because by that point the money was rolling in more and more with every book I wrote. And by the time Harry got in with them, we were on equal footing.
So you...
I was able to pull a few strings when they were out to get Harry for failing to pay up one night. He was lucky I happened to be there. I had no idea he lived here, of course.
Yeah, but you promised you wouldn't tell my parents.
And I kept my word! I'm explaining now because your overly excited sister here...
Hey!
...is dumping us both in it!
Yeah, because you're still putting it in a book, by the sounds of it.
I was gonna change your names!
Well, that brings us back to the issue at hand. But mark my words, son, I shall deal with your disgraceful behaviour later. You stay in our house, act like the Grand Old Duke of Uptonshire, and then you write about us behind our backs?
I didn't intend on it. It's just that... Well, to tell the truth, I've had writer's block these last 3 or 4 months, and I wanted to get away and find a new source of inspiration. Try to branch out from the old romance novels.
So instead you decide to write...
An outsider's view on the nutty establishment. So that's what you think of us. Of me. After all my devoted efforts.
But what does he actually say about us?
Harry. Upper-class sugarhead. Sharon. Kicked out the convent for being too annoying.
The audacity.
Mum and Dad. Two-faced perverts.
How rude.
And me. A desperate hysteric with nothing better to do with her gap year. I am not on a gap year!
Well, I have never been more insulted in my entire life!
How could you call me a pervert? I thought we shared something special.
No, anyone could see he's with Marilyn. I bet she helped him write it!
Neither of those statements are true. Jeremy, I really am amazed.
Aha! So you know him well enough to judge, I suppose. Not mere acquaintances after all.
This again. Look, just to set the record straight, we did actually know each other pretty well before in London. We were roommates.
Oh my god, they were roommates.
Yes, it is clearer than ever before that you two are filthy lovers.
Why else would you keep it a secret?
Oh, well, believe what you will. I've had enough of this.
Mr. Beremy, I want you to leave this house and never return. You can leave tonight or first thing in the morning, I don't care. I just want you and your disgusting book out of my sight!
And the next morning, Jeremy was found dead. It shocked us all, made us put aside the strong words from the night before.
Who found him?
I did.
Tell me.
It was early, around 6 a.m. I had to calm down, if you like. I felt bad about exposing his book at dinner and calling him a traitor. I was just so upset.
They do say you shouldn't meet your heroes.
Well, you see, he was still my hero. He is still my hero. I wanted to part as friends, so I went out into the garden early on the off chance that he had waited till morning before leaving. We were all too preoccupied with the drama of dinner the night before to see him leave, so I wasn't sure if he had. I was rehearsing things to say to him in my mind when there I found him, lying flat on his face.
Where exactly?
In the Cabbage Patch!
And then what did you do?
Well, what I always do.
Screamed like a banshee.
I can imagine. Then what happened?
Maisie heard me. She was about to head out for her morning shopping.
Stocking up on those bananas.
Oh, yes, I do need to try some banana crumble. That sounds ace.
You can have mine.
Then Gareth came out of his shed where he sometimes sleeps, and, well, you can imagine the rest. We gathered everyone else and called the police. Oh.
There, Josephine. Thank you so much. Now, that can be enough for now. Just one more thing, though. Do we know the time of Jeremy's death?
Not yet. The morgue's being annoyingly slow.
Everyone's busy trying to catch the Cabbage Snatcher.
Yeah, but surely that wouldn't concern the morgue.
Everyone's worried sick, Harry. The whole of Upton's in lockdown.